people forget to dream. When you're a little kid, you dream lots, don't you? Everything's easy. At what age did you get fed up being told that you can't have everything? And you finally give up and you stop listening to Get Real. You can't have everything. Get your head out of the clouds and give up dreaming, because it happens to most of us around about the age of 7 or 8. And yet the secret to having the most amazing life is that gift of being able to dream and to imagine and to use your creativity to see the possibilities.
That was quick.
So I'd like to take us back to a place where we learn to dream again and to discover that actually you can have what you want. So when I first got into goal setting, I thought, oh, that's amazing, that's brilliant. That'd be so easy. All I'll do is I'll write down some targets that I might have. If I write them down and I read them every day and take some action, then I'll meet my goals. So it would be some kind of like magic process, because that's how I understood it. And so that's what I did. But in order to continue that momentum of achievement, once you realise the first set of goals and now you're moving on to a second or a third set, I realised that most of my goals were actually very short term. They were all doable and they were all a bit ordinary. But that's a good first start, isn't it, into practising goals. I realised that when somebody first asked me to set goals, I was very good at short-term ones. I was actually really rubbish at long-term ones, because I just couldn't see that far into the future, because I'd lost the ability to dream. And so sometimes with goal setting, even taking the first steps just kind of like stimulates that process. It allows our unconscious mind, that little 5-year-old child, to start to give it permission to come out and play and dream like it used to. Someone said to me that I should set bigger goals and dream more, and a few days later, thinking about goal setting, I realised why I'd lost my ability to actually dream big. I heard a little girl in a toy shop asking for a toy. First it was a book, and then it was a trampoline, and then it was a fish pond, and then it was a swimming pool, and then it was a chess set. All these sort of things, you know how kids are in a toy shop. I can have that, and I'd like that, and I want that one, and I'd like that one as well. And I heard a dad, and he said to her, "For goodness sake, you can't have everything, you know, just stop asking." How many times have you heard that? How many times as a child do we have our dreams squashed, our imagination mocked, our dreams kicked into touch? No wonder we grow up learning not to dream anymore. And so I realised that in order to get back to that, to learn to need to dream, I needed to go almost back in time to that age where I could. So I need to put the Get Real adults on the shelf. Take another book off the shelf. And it actually was a little bit funny at first, because once I found the memories of how I used to dream as a child, and it got easier. And it got easier, and then I learned, well, not only to dream, but to dream bigger and bigger and bigger. That actually the only limits that there are limits that I put on myself. People say sky's the limit, why put a limit on the sky? And when you start to have that kind of mindset, gosh, life gets really exciting. And beyond. And so where did you leave your dreams? Do you still dream? Do you still dream big? Or have you already experienced that Get Real? It's so ridiculous. You can't have everything, you know. Money doesn't grow on trees. Don't we all? And so, as we do this exercise in goal setting, I invite you to remember what it was like when you were a small child and it was Christmas coming up. Yeah? And people would say, what do you want for Christmas? And you get all excited because you wanted a zillion things. How did it feel when you had no concept of limits? I want a bike, and I want a trampoline, and I want that big doll's house, and I want that football pitch, please, and all of those things. Yeah. I want to, when we do the goal setting exercise, please go back to being that child. let your imagination just completely run riot, because that's the best way to set goals. So, in fact, just for a moment, close your eyes and just think back to when you were 3, 4, 5 years old. It's coming up to Christmas. You still believed in Father Christmas. It was a magical time, wasn't it? To get all excited about, wow, what might Father Christmas bring me? To go and visit him and sit on his knee and he'd say, what do you want for Christmas? He'd say, I'd like this doll, I'd like that action man, I'd like that Lego kit, I'd like that car. I'd like that bike. I'd like that tent, I'd like that holiday. Can I have a swimming pool? Can I have one for my mate as well? Can I go to Disneyland? What was it like when you were 5 years old? You remember that excitement that you could have anything. You never understood the concept of money. It didn't matter. Why would it? Why should it now? Just take yourself right back there. Remember what those feelings were, what that excitement was, what that vision was. What did you say to yourself? How big was your imagination? What an amazing time you can have again. Let your imagination run right now. Beginning to let those thoughts wander, just like they used to. Asking your unconscious mind, 5-year-old little child, come out and play. Running downstairs Christmas morning. 3 o'clock in the morning, was it? So excited to go see what did Santa Claus bring. What might be under the tree. Possibilities. Amazing possibilities. Holding that feeling now. Remembering that feeling, bringing that feeling back into the room. So come back and open our eyes and dare to dream. Nice place to be. Dare to dream.